All right, hello to everyone. I'm Carlos, and this is a special edition of Cat Yoga. This happens to be a full moon session that we're doing. So we start with our arms in the Dhyana Mudra, nice and round like a full moon, and the right hand in the left hand with the thumb, with the palms, one palm in the other and the thumbs touching. And we'll just start here meditating. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, then you know Baby Monster who's joining us. Just some long, even, natural breathing. When you're practicing at home, you might do a few warm-up exercises if you need things that we don't normally do to warm up. And then also if you like to meditate longer beforehand, you can do that too before you turn on the video. But we'll start with our usual warm-up ritual. I'm grasping my feet. I'm going to sit tall, take a deep breath, and then exhale, fold forward. Relax here. Loosen the spine. Feel your spine lengthening. And then on an inhale, use your arms to help you come up because we haven't really warmed our back up sufficiently. We'll go right into our camel ride, exhaling, moving the upper body back. Inhale, come forward, arching the back, looking up slightly. So we'll go back and forth, exhaling back, squeezing every ounce of air out of the lungs, and inhaling forward, arching the back, opening the chest and throat and the heart. A little bit more each time. So instead of going straight back and straight forward, see if you can get a rounded, rolling movement. Like a wave. Oh, we just lost our cat. Happens to be a sort of a blustery evening, so she hears all kinds of noises. So if you feel that rolling movement, then reverse it, roll backward. Come here, baby. Oh, there she is. So next time you get to the front, you can release your feet. Maybe stretch your toes a little bit before you release your feet. And then we'll lay your hands on your knees. We'll go around in a nice controlled circle. Let's go one way and then the other. Lost our cat again. She may require some coaxing. Come back, baby. That did the trick. There you go. So I'm bringing my hands to my heart now just to make sure this movement stays in the core where it belongs. Some people like the arms overhead, purely optional. So it not only works the shoulders, but it works the core even more. And then when the moon's coming full, we do some dantian rotation from the Chinese tradition. So I'm going to take this circular movement just at the height of the navel, and I'm going to take it smaller and smaller until it disappears inside me. But I can still feel it. And you can probably still see a little bit of movement. And then I'm going to go a little bit bigger. And then eventually it's an external movement again. So dantian rotation is a form of Qigong, not widely known. Hands back to the heart. Go deep into the pelvic floor. So gently pull up on the pelvic floor like a kegel. Hands back on the knees. We can go really deep now. Okay, so let's fold our legs the other way, just recrossing, tuck your feet in again, and then we will take a deep breath, lengthen the spine upward, and then exhale. We can fold forward, walk our hands out. Wonder if we can get baby back over here again. Nope, she can't be bribed. On an inhale, we'll come back up. So this set, not only is it lunar asanas, but we'll do some goddess poses. Set is dedicated to Lakshmi. Also, we're doing all children and babies. So we'll start out with, we'll go back to Qigong and we'll do child praise to the Buddha. Just a little bit of a wrist stretch, not too much. Now she's just ignoring me, that's all. Let's go around the other way. Bring your hands to your heart. We'll just do a couple of twists from Kundalini. So start with a deep breath, exhale, twist to one side. Extend your arms out as wide as possible. Keeping the shoulders back and down, keeping the chest open, shoulders open. Inhale back to center and exhale to the other side. Some people like to bring their arms overhead to center. So, like I say, we'll just do a couple of these. Why don't we do one more to each side? And then after your last one, inhale your arms to center and just exhale and just float them down. Hope you can see baby. Hope she's in the shot. I'll pull her in a little bit. Now can you see her? Okay, good. So let's, this set, shake your legs out. This set is also, we're also doing stars, because stars are lunar in their aspect as well. So we'll do a three-pointed star. So the star's already bent. We'll just bend it some more, hinging forward from the waist and the hips. I'm trying to keep my back flat, extending my arms up. Feet are flexed. So we'll just take one more breath here, and then you can drop your arms down, maybe relax your back more, walk your hands out, mess with your cat. Yeah, she's really playful because it is a full moon, so she may go nuts here. What do you think you're doing? Oh. Stop it. All right, let's come back up. And then we'll do a 5-pointed star. So, but out to here. But bring your legs in like a little wider than shoulder. She may scratch my foot. Okay, and then we will, so our 5-pointed star is already bent. We're going to twist it. And then we're going to twist it some more. And dive the opposite hand down to the opposite leg or foot, or torment your cat. Pulling this palm up back here. On an inhale, we'll come back to center. Take a breath or two here. On an exhale, you'll twist to the other side, over and down. On an inhale, come back up. So we'll go from side to side, not holding as long on each side now. So we just inhale at center, exhale, twist, exhale some more. And then when you're ready to come back, inhale back to center. You can do it all on one big breath, or you can breathe as much as you like. It's up to you. How about we'll do one more to each side. So make your last one your best one. All right, great. When you're done, no hurry. Lower your arms, do a couple shoulder rolls, and then we'll do a 6-pointed star. This is also our first goddess pose. This is dedicated to Aditi, very important goddess in the Hindu sort of pantheon. She's the goddess of the boundless sky, breaker of rules. And we're honoring her tonight, where she's in the set with the children, because she has 12 children, one for each sign of the zodiac. So this is just an easy forward fold. Okay, let's come back up. And then we'll do our first actual moon pose. We'll do our crescent moon twist. So, well, now she's too close to me. Okay, so my knee is nestled in my instep. This is the other point. This is the first point of the crescent moon, and then my elbows and hands are going to be, I don't have enough room here anymore. Come here, I'm just going to pull you up here. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to walk my hands around. The first time, don't do much of anything, because this is a pretty intense twist, and you've got a lot of leverage. You have gravity and your arms to leverage your twist, so don't do too much. And then we'll come back around, and to come to the other side, just leave your feet where they are. Let your knees come up and hinge around to the other side. Just gently twisting. So let's go back to the other side. So this time you can twist a little bit more, but again, don't overdo it. Looking in the direction of the twist. Come back around to the other side. And then in this set with the children and the babies, we'll try to make this side-to-side movement while cradling an infant. So there's no more twist here, you guys. You're just gonna face me. You're not gonna face around to the back. So now we don't have our arms to help us anymore. We're cradling this infant and hopefully not dropping it. So working on our opening the hips, and then this uses a certain amount of core strength. How about one more time to each side? back to the other side. All right. So we can release there. Don't drop your baby. So let's take a tiny break to do our child pose. We don't really need to take a break just yet, but since we're doing children tonight, we need to explore just the child pose energy. So the classic is with the arms back, palms facing up, and then the forehead down. It's very closed, very nurturing, very protective. Okay, so again, we're not going to stay here too long. Don't get too relaxed, but just remember that child pose energy, because we're going to bring that into some other poses. So for instance, we will do our squat in the form of a child pose, our squat of the evening. So it's a squat with the knees together, and it would be a balance, but it's a balance for me because my heels are up in the air, but it's not a balance because my arms are swept back the way they were before, with the palms facing up, and then I just drop down into my child pose. And I have weight on my hands so that if I was going to lose my balance, I don't want to go forward, I want to go backward. So bring some weight into your hands so you can relax and not worry about tipping over. And then we will press up to a hanging forward bend. Isn't that right? All right, slowly come up to standing. Shake everything out. We will take a nice long break at the end, or you'll take as long of a break as you want at the end of this first segment. So you can have water now, or you can just wait. I'm going to go right into my half moon movement. My feet are not together because then I would be unstable. But they are parallel. Parallel accentuates our side stretch. So this is the movement. It doesn't matter which side you go over. You can just mirror what I'm doing. And just inhale up, and then exhale over. Don't do very much the first time. Inhale up, exhale over, just a tiny bit. On the first time, just don't do anything at all, just to start to warm up. So as you go from side to side, you can do a little bit more each side. And then keep in mind you want to be very two-dimensional. Many of the lunar poses emphasize two-dimensionality, very flatness in the frontal plane. So now that we're a little bit more warmed up, you can spend a little more time on each side. You don't have to do this all in one breath. So maybe this will be the last time on this side. So take a couple breaths here. Really lengthen everything on this side. And then inhale, reach up. We'll go over to the other side for the last time. And then why don't we bring both arms up? Inhale, reach up. And exhale, release down. So then our first balance will be it's called a half moon balance, but it's actually more of a crescent moon balance. And this is the one that involves this side stretch, but we've already done our side stretch, so we don't have to do another side stretch because that would be really dangerous, right? So we're gonna underdo this, both arms back up, and we come back over to something like this, and then the inside leg comes out, giving us our balance and our crescent moon shape. But I'm not hyperextending over because if I lost my balance here, I could pull a muscle or pull some connective tissue. So that's enough. And then over to the other side. So I'm really underdoing here. It's a real thin crescent moon or a full moon in eclipse. Okay, good. So if somebody walked by, they might not even see that there was a bend there, which is fine. So let's do why don't we, I've got an idea. Let's do a little thing from Tai Chi, a Tai Chi movement called Reach Up to Touch the 7 Stars of the Big Dipper, keeping with our star theme. So I don't really want to turn away from you in the video, it just doesn't look good. So you can mirror what I'm doing if you want. This will be just like a warrior pose to begin with. So let's say we were going to do everything like Warrior 2. We would turn in this direction, look in this direction, bend your front leg, and then for 7 stars, you take your back arm and just sweep it down nice and slow. And the back arm is coming up underneath the front arm, the wrists meet, the fingers extend, and again, we're reaching up to touch the 7 stars of the Big Dipper. So my body's all kind of bent, but I want to feel like a real straight line from my fingertips back to my back heel, as if it's perfectly straight. But I know it's not straight, but it should at least feel that way. And we're not, in Tai Chi, we don't arch the back, so it's a straight line. So one more breath here. And then see if we can get to the other side in one smooth, unbroken movement. Because you know where we're going and you know what we're basically doing. So we're going to pivot. We briefly come to our 5-pointed star. Now we're looking at like briefly in Warrior 2. And then the arm comes under. And then up. And really reach and make your body long. And breathe. How about one more breath here. And then this arm comes down. Pivot your feet back to parallel, back to your 5-pointed star. Before we release, pull your arms back, nice and wide, opening that chest again, opening the shoulders again, even the throat opens. You could walk your feet in. I'm going to see if I can hop in gracefully enough not to disturb little baby, although if I did, she deserves it. It worked. Okay, great. So this will be our first break.